Okay, so I just finished recording the run of this game, Warhammer 40K Boltgun, on a 3-day stream, 3 or 4 day stream, I forget which, about 21 or 22 hours, give or take. And I thought it'd be kind of interesting to come back in and take a look at the weapons, because what's the most important thing in any shooter? It's not the enemies. It's not even really the missions. It's not even necessarily the main character. It is the weapons. And so I was going to actually rate them, but I think what I'm going to do instead is I want to do a standalone video just looking at the weapons, because I don't know why. I get kind of a kick out of videos like that, I guess. But there's no script for this one, obviously. So we're going to take a look at Horde Mode. And so I've got all the weapons turned on. Hopefully I can actually use that. So we're going to take a look here and see if that is the case. If not, I'll just go back to the main game and I'll show you what that looks like there. Okay, so we are starting out with this, which is the Boltgun. So the Boltgun is what I use probably 85% of the time. There is, you can see other stuff. I think I have everything turned on, yeah. So we have Boltgun. There is also a sort of a dash, which is this. You can use that offensively as well. So we're going to just piss around on Horde Mode a little bit here. Maybe, I don't know where the fuck the Horde is. Oh, that sounded like somebody. Okay, so you have a chainsaw. Actually, it's not a chainsaw. It's a chainsword. So there's that, but it only lasts for one time, and then you have to recharge it. There's the dash, and let's go with the chain. So the bolt gun is pretty good. You can hear that. It's a good, nice, meaty sound. Cycles through 25. So I use this probably 85% of the time. I like this weapon a lot. It's got relatively good distance as well. So next we're going to do the heavy bolt gun. There is some functionality where you can just turn on invulnerable. So there's the heavy bolt gun. Heavy bolt gun is great. This is probably my favorite weapon. It just you move. It's slower to fire and you move slower with it. So that is kind of an issue with it. You can see there is no fall damage either. Oh, okay. Let's go back upstairs. Actually, so you can see it's a super chunky weapon. But it is slow to bring about, slow to fire, which is kind of odd for a boomer shooter. Like it's so to me, this gun is better than the chain gun in Doom. And that's how we're going to be comparing, by the way, every one of the weapons. we're going to be comparing it to Doom because Doom is, right, the ultimate boom shoe game. So you can see it, like, it's a fucking lawnmower. It just goes through everything. For the most part, the heavier damage guys, it won't go through quite as well. We'll see how far we get into Horde Mode. It's actually not bad on weapons either. So I don't know what Horde Mode is. I've not ever played this before. Is there somebody here? Oh, there we go. I mean, it just vaporizes and turns them into fucking confetti. It's great. Is everybody? I guess the gun appears when everybody's dead or something. I don't know. You can see definitely. Oh, am I out of? Sometimes when you get special weapons, it'll switch you. I didn't want that. Hey, who's that? Am I done with this round? I can't tell. Oh, there's that also. Where you get this sort of raged thing. Is that everybody? Anyway, that's the heavy bolter. Okay. So the next gun we're gonna go with is the shotgun. So the shotgun I have huge problems with. This fucking gun is garbage. I do like the sound of the ejection though. The ejection's pretty good. Sometimes these guys, like, it doesn't do great at these guys. You can see it's a while to reload. This gun is weaker, actually, than the chain gun is, the Boltgun. This fucking shotgun, the only time I was using the actual shotgun during the game was as if I ran out of ammo for the good gun. So, okay, we'll do that again. All right, so we're not using the shotgun anymore. The shotgun is fucking filth in this game. It's just a piece of shit. All right, so now we're gonna go with the. I gotta collect everything again. So this is basically the rocket launcher. They call it a plasma gun. It doesn't act correctly like a plasma gun, though. This is very much a rocket launcher. It sends a more or less a plasma charge like a rocket. And if I can figure out where the gun is, we'll start. Ah, here it is. Okay. So pretty much like any other rocket launcher, it vaporizes people. It's got splash damage. It's not tremendously accurate. Unlike a rocket, it you can't, like, it has to be able to hit something relatively solid. When it'll go, like, see that one was on by that dude. If I fire it here, see it fire it into the floor, unlike a rocket, it won't damage anything. So we'll do this round with the rocket some more. Where's the other guy at? Oh, there he is. So that's the plasma gun, which is basically the rocket launcher. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Vengeance launcher. The Vengeance launcher is... in a way, it's kind of an underpowered rocket launcher, I guess, is how I would describe it. Let's see if we can get over there. Start this one. This one I found some use in, but not a whole ton. Like, certainly not to the extent of the Boltgun or the Heavy Bolter. On the lower enemies, it'll obviously wipe them out pretty readily. But you can also do that. You can make traps for them. The armor guys, it doesn't work as well on. This one I use to a degree. I didn't love it. I just don't love it. Ooh. It's fine. Got a pretty good radius though, so you don't have to be super accurate with it, which is nice.
I
just headshotted that dude with it. It only holds 6 at a time, which is kind of annoying, but not, I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. Alright, I don't know where the other guys are. Down here. One of the things I don't like about Horde Mode is this. Is having to run around and try to find everybody. Okay, so that was the Vengeance Launcher, which, like I said, is sort of a delayed... Almost a delayed sticky RPG. Alright, so let's go to this. The Volkite Caliver, which is... So if you're familiar with Halo, and most everybody I would imagine is familiar with Halo, this is essentially what I think of is their version of the Spartan laser. So we'll see if we can get through a round with this. One of the nice things about this, I don't love this weapon, but one of the nice things about it is it tends to stun lock people pretty well when you use it. There's the drawback to it though, is it runs out of battery, and then you're kind of left high and dry while you switch. I wish it actually would just run itself out completely. That'd be cool. Alright, so there it is, it's gone. It's completely out now. But I mean, as far as the Spartan laser goes, it's okay. So to me, it's like the shotgun. If I run out of ammo for the better weapons, I'll use it. You see, this is they jib really nicely. This is a very nicely violent and bloody game. Where is everybody? There's gotta be one somewhere down here still. Also, check this out. Those fucking things have a huge blast radius. Did I kill? Is everybody dead? I didn't see. This is a really bizarre way to do a horde mode, I would say. Ah, there he is. Okay. Oh, apparently I got infinite ammo. That's nice. Okay. So I get the red key. We're gonna go with this time. Oh, not that. The not that either, actually. This. This melter is really cool. I love this thing. It basically shoots, I mean, kind of like fireballs, I guess. I think Sibby said this was to him was, there's the one problem with it though, you don't get a lot of ammo for it. He likened it to sort of a super shotgun, which I don't think is wrong. These little fuckers, I hate these guys. So there's a lot of enemies in this game that do the exact same attack of throwing this fucking goop at you. Now we're getting into Horde Mode stuff. You can see I'm already out of ammo for the melter. What is it? What's this called? The Meltagun. Really, really good gun. Really, really nice and powerful. It just, you run out of ammo way too fast for it. Oh, come back here. Okay, so let's see, we went through the bolt gun, we went through the shotgun, we went through the plasma gun, which we'll reload. We went through the, we haven't gotten to the gravity can, we'll do that next. Meltagun we've gone through. The vengeance launcher, which is the sticky grenade thing. And the, laser. So last but not least, we're gonna whip right through the Grav cannon in a second and collect some stuff here. I don't know how many rounds are in this Horde mode. So the Grav cannon is one that Civi likened to a BFG, which I don't think is quite right. The BFG is there's a grenade that's very similar to this. I think that is probably closer. Huh. I'm gonna turn on my navigation. I guess now's a good time to actually do that. So the navigation is saying it's... Oh, it's right there. Yeah, sure is. Okay, so we'll go with the Grav cannon for this round. And you'll see why I don't think it's quite a one-to-one for the BFG. Basically, it does this. So it's kind of like a Spartan laser, only a much higher powered version of one. You see, it annihilates people really quickly. It's a little slow to fire, though. It also chews up fucking ammo like crazy, but it is easily the most powerful weapon in the game. Let's see if I can get some more. If I can get some more, we'll do that. I don't know if there's any more ammo for it. Oh, there's some. In game, it's very difficult to come by ammo for this. They're always fucking throwing shit. So goddamn annoying and gross. See, this right here is more what the BFG is. That weapon in there, that's the grenade that acts like a BFG. Sort of. It doesn't... Oh, damn it. Not exactly, but kind of. So where do I use the red key, I wonder? Okay. Oh, it opens the red door. Okay, let's see what's in here. Yeah. So we can have one of the grenades. I wasn't really going to show off the grenades, but, you know what? Maybe I will. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. So this is that's the frag grenade. This is the crack grenade. And this is the BFG grenade. So it actually will pull stuff into it. Super cool. Super cool grenade. Anyway, that's all the grenades. Okay. All right, so that was our look at the weapons of Warhammer 40K Boltgun. And I think part of the issue I had with this is that half of the guns were just, I forgot that I had them. The Meltagun is a really good gun, but it has nowhere near enough ammo to be useful. The gravity gun is pretty good. Like, that is the most powerful gun while it has ammo, but it does whip through it really, really quickly. That actually might be the closest thing to the plasma gun from the Doom games. The bolt gun and the heavy bolt gun in particular are the two best weapons probably in the game. And those are better than the chain gun was in Doom and Doom 2. As far as, so when I played Doom and Doom 2, most of the time I was using one of the two shotguns, generally actually the single shot, so I didn't constantly just run myself out of ammo. That was by far the thing I used the most. And, you know, the pistol is kind of garbage. In this case, one of the things that Doom did really well, though, with the chainsaw is you can run the chainsaw infinitely. You know, same thing with punching. Here you have kind of a dash, but you have to recharge with the chainsword and the dash every time you use it, which is pointless. It's kind of a pain. So with Doom, you could just sock people endlessly if that's what you wanted to do. As far as rocket launchers, the rockets are better in Doom than it is here. The blue plasma thing is okay. It's decent as a stealth because you can fire off 4 or 5 of those. It doesn't do anywhere near the damage that the rockets did in Doom either, which is its own problem. Let's see, what else is there? Oh, the sticky grenade launcher is kind of cool for the lower tier enemies, but the lower tier enemies you don't really need anything like that, and it's okay on the higher tier enemies. Nothing you really have here. Kind of one of the bigger problems with this game that I have is that nothing you really have here does damage fast enough. Whereas, except for the hand grenade thing, where you throw and it sort of opens a mini black hole or whatever it does, that does okay. The frag grenades do okay. The crack grenade's kind of a waste, but the other 2 grenades are okay. But even those don't do anywhere near the damage that they need to, especially on the higher level bosses. I think the design here, where in Doom you could manage stuff, it didn't matter what difficulty you were on, your weapon set was always enough to manage generally whatever they threw at you. And the levels were designed well enough that you could actually use cover and go out of range of sight. That doesn't appear to be the case in this game. They won't always readily lose track of you super, super well. So you saw one of the main bosses here, the unforeseen one or whatever the hell his name is. That was that big green guy towards the end. And those guys, and there's a couple other ones that are also in this game. Those guys are just a pain. And there's flying things that throw crap. There's those jumping guys that throw crap. There's that guy that throws crap. And they just lob this green shit at you the entire time. It's the same attack for all of them. And it's like the attack sucks. You know, at least in Doom, you had, I think, enough differentiation with them that it kind of made sense. More sense anyway to me, in that you didn't have them all just kind of doing this lobbing sort of stuff. Or if they did hurl projectiles, it was one or the other, right? It was either they would do that or they would get up close and try to rush you. They wouldn't do both. They didn't generally have both attacks. But here you kind of have that, where you have the green guys jumping at you, and then the pink bunny is probably one of the more annoying characters in here, because that one is also projectiles, but his will track you around corners and stuff, and that's irritating. especially when you're being mobbed by all this other stuff. So yeah, all in all, I think the Boltgun, the heavy Boltgun, the Meltagun, and the Grav gun, so 4 out of the are pretty solid. They needed something that was just a lot higher damage, though. That's the thing that's really missing here. And it sort of contributed to this just being like an okay-ish game for me. Like, I had fun for parts where I could, use the hallways to create choke points and try to manage them and stuff. But when the game very clearly was not intent on allowing that, it just wants to throw you into arena, and you just have kind of like actually you saw in the Horde mode. You have an arena like that, and you have everything all going at the same time. These flying bastards and all these other things, and then these distance things, and they're all more or less head scanners. It just that's cool. People like that. That's just not for me. That's not the kind of thing that I'm super into. I like being able to methodically develop a plan and then execute it, and this game didn't really contribute too well to me being able to do that most of the time. In fact, I would say that Horde mode is kind of ironic to be named that here, because I wouldn't say that, like, a lot of levels in the game are basically Horde mode, which is very non-boomer shooter, I think, of them, actually. But yeah, there's a comprehensive look at all the weapons of Warhammer 40K Boltgun, and this is going to conclude my interaction with the game. Kind of a more off the cuff, not quite stream of consciousness streaming thing, but very sort of off the cuff and standalone sort of video. I like to do that. I like to take a look at the guns of certain games and just kind of compare and contrast. This one, obviously, you can't really look at the guns, especially, like you can in some of the other games where you can kind of have them rotate in a 360 and do all that stuff. This one does not lend itself to that. A lot of my other thoughts are in the Part 5 stream of this game that I did, and you can check them out there if you're interested. But yeah, I guess in a lot of ways, kind of uneven overall, and that is that for that. As always, thank you for watching.